Hello, and welcome to The Balcony is Closed. I'm Duncan.
And I'm Finnegan.
And we're giving you a review for a much-anticipated movie, Doctor Strange, the latest in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That's right, this is the next movie in the universe that Marvel has created through movies and television. And at the moment, it seems they cannot do wrong. Their television shows have been great, their movies have been great, and Doctor Strange, everybody is hoping, will be a worthy addition to this canon.
Yes. This movie tells the story of Dr. Stephen Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, a surgeon that loses the nerves in his hands in a freak accident, and when medical science fails him, he turns to Eastern magic for the cure.
And of course this leads to a lot of action and a lot of set pieces, which we will go into later. And also it leads for some character development with him, which we will also go into later.
Yes.
I don't want to give away too much, because I kind of love this movie.
Yeah, I kind of loved it too. It was so much fun, and a lot of that is due to Benedict Cumberbatch as Stephen Strange. He nails the progression of the character, he nails the action scenes, nails the emotional beats. His American accent was off-putting in the first few scenes that he was in, but...
Like 5 minutes. I thought he did a really good job.
But as we worked into it, he grew into the accent, and we started to see a better performance on his part in that aspect. But I thought that he did a great job and he really embodied the character of Dr. Stephen Strange.
It seems that Benedict Cumberbatch cannot give a bad performance.
Yes.
It seems like everything he's in, he seems to give a great performance.
Zoolander 2.
That doesn't count. Also great in this movie is Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One. A very controversial casting choice, but nevertheless, she really made the character her own. She really embodied this character very well. Mm-hmm. She did the mysticism very well. She had a couple of humorous moments, which I think she did very well. Even the action scenes, she did very well.
Yes.
Anybody that had doubts about Tilda Swinton being the Ancient One, put those doubts to rest, because she is very, very good.
A couple more acting shout-outs. Chiwetel Ejiofor as Baron Mordo was very, very cool.
That dude's awesome.
Yeah. Skilled warrior. And Mads Mikkelsen as Caecilius. A very fun villain with a couple of really sweet scenes.
Also, and I think this leads to those sweet scenes.
Yes.
The action and the visuals are... The visuals are the best we've seen from Marvel yet. These visuals find ways to make action scenes creative and interesting, and unlike anything we've seen in Marvel, maybe possibly nothing like we've ever seen in movies recently.
If you've ever heard Scott Derrickson, the director of Doctor Strange, talk about his film, he said that when it comes to magical combat, he tried to avoid one thing, and that's people shooting bolts of energy at each other, like in the Harry Potter movies. It's something that's been done over so many times, and he tried to find new ways to incorporate magic, and he certainly does that in this movie. Crossing over to other dimensions, creating strange weapons out of magic, buildings and cities folding in on each other, making things levitate and fly. It's so incredible what he does with the visuals of this movie.
It's also incredibly psychedelic.
Yes.
This movie gets trippy. And it is kind of awesome when it does.
Yes.
Because it helps us explore so many other corners of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that we'll probably never get to flesh out. But still, it's a lot of fun. And just to see the movie in IMAX 3D, yes, which we had the privilege to go and do, that experience was truly mind-blowing.
We got a taste of that trippiness in the, the subatomic realm in Ant-Man, but nothing to this extent.
No.
There must be, it was a 5-minute sequence of just the strangest, most tripped-out action effects you'll ever see. And I think that was really impressive for a Marvel movie and some of those movies tend to stick by traditional action scenes. But this movie was really different in a lot of ways.
Definitely one of the frontrunners for the visual effects Oscar this year.
Strange is certainly a good way to describe this movie. Now let's get into the flaws, because there are a couple. It's not a perfect movie. The villain Caecilius was fun, but
he wasn't interesting. I also want to point out some of the character development, because I feel like some of the character development was either rushed or not there at all, including Rachel McAdams' character, who was very good in the movie. Her performance was very good. I don't think they gave her enough of development to make her any more than kind of a plot device for Strange. Also, I think Baron Mordo, Chiwetel Ejiofor's character, I don't think he had enough development either.
They hinted at like things in his past, and maybe they'll explore that in later movies.
We don't know.
But I would have liked more development on his side. But overall, this is a very fun movie that if you're a fan of Marvel movies, if you're a fan of superhero movies, if you're a fan of fun action movies with some mind-blowing visuals, definitely check out Doctor Strange. It is a worthy addition to the MCU. Not one of the best, but definitely just a ton of fun from start to finish. I'm going to give Doctor Strange an A-.
I will have to go with that grade too. I am going to give Doctor Strange an A-. I highly recommend it to anybody that just likes fun movies out there. Somebody who just likes to sit back in their chair and watch an incredibly fun and well-made movie. I think Doctor Strange is the movie for you. Also, stay during the credits. I mean, all the way to the end of the credits. Because there's more stuff and more stuff.
Thanks for watching. Leave a like and a subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.